Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Mal. Welcome to my very first makeup tutorial. Today we're going to be doing a holiday inspired look. Let's get started. So first off, I just let you guys know that I have a mirror in front of me. And then I go ahead and take my Garnier Micellar Water in a cotton round and just get my face all squeaky clean, give myself a nice surface to start the makeup look. Then I just fan my face off and take my Pond's Dry Skin Cream just to moisturize before starting the look, because it is winter and it is cold and that is skin cracking season and we do not need that. So now I'm taking my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer in Fair and just putting it in like a triangle formation under my eyes and a couple dots on my lids just to kind of prime for my eyeshadow. I pack that in with a nice damp beauty blender and just get myself all ready to start the look. Then taking my Kylie Cosmetics 10% palette and a nice round fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'm taking the shade It's an Emergency and just doing light circular motions all over my crease to start a base to intensify. And then going on the other eye, I'm just going to do the same thing, back and forth circular motions, just building the eyeshadow until it's as dark as the other eye. I really like this shade because it's like a nice mauvey brown color and it goes really well with my skin tone. It goes really well with a festive look because we're going to be playing with reds later. Now that I'm satisfied with how deep both of my eyes are, I'm going to go ahead in with my Subculture palette by Anastasia, taking the shade Mercury and just going back and forth doing the same thing I just did with the first shade, but with a deeper, more muted brown shade, and just like further intensifying the crease. And I used like the same brush for both of my crease colors just because I like them to mix together and play off of each other, so I don't really care to use a different brush. I'll just use like the same round brush. And then taking a angled clean brush, I'm just dusting off my brow bone and my eyebrow, just getting any excess dark colors that it may have gotten up there just to make it easier on me while highlighting later. Now taking a flat eyeshadow brush, I'm taking the shade Swoon that's coming from the Kat Von D Too Faced collab Better Together. It's a nice like satiny red color that I really like. It doesn't have really like glitter or sparkle in it, it just kind of has like some sheen. So I'm just putting that all over my lid and just packing it in, and then I'm just taking my same blending brush and just blending it out. And then taking this e.l.f. blush palette, there's like a maroon shade in it. This palette's pretty old, but I really like this color if it looks like this, just to further intensify that red. And then taking this double-sided brush, I'm going to take the fluffier side, and then using my Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, I'm taking the shade Classy and Sassy and just going like right above where I put that red in my crease. It's just like a nice like champagne-y color. And we'll be adding some golds later, so I just like to add a little bit just to have to play off of for later. And then I just blend again, getting everything all blended out. And once I did that, I kind of felt like the red was lost a little, so I'm just kind of repacking it all over my lid, but while keeping it low enough that you still see that champagne-y on my crease. And then now that I'm happy with my eyeshadow look, I'm taking a double-sided Urban Decay brush and just taking the flat side and just cutting my eyeshadow. And I'm using the shade Linen by Fenty, and I'm just taking that all the way down my cheeks just to conceal. And I like to cut my eyeshadow like significantly below where my eyebrow ends, just because I like them to be like separate entities. And then going in with that same concealer by CoverGirl, I just go all over the face with it. I don't really like the way foundation feels. I haven't found one that I'm like super in love with, so I usually just put concealer everywhere. This works for me. I know this isn't the traditional way and it wouldn't work for everyone, but it works for me, so this is just how I do it. And then I go ahead and blend out with a damp beauty blender. And then I am just going to pick up a mirror closer to me while I start my brows. I am taking a L'Oreal brow pencil in dark brown and just kind of sculpting the underneath. I just do like a nice thin dark line on the underneath of my eyebrows just to start them, giving them a little bit more shape, and then I just kind of like to build off of that shape. But I did that, and then I realized that I didn't put powder on. So I picked up my powder by CoverGirl in the shade 110. It's just like a loose powder. I'm just packing it underneath my eyes just to like lightly bake a little bit while I put my eyebrows on. And then I just go back in with my brow pencil, and I am just doing light strokes, going in the direction where my hairs go, just to fill in any gaps or sparse areas until I'm happy with the shape of them. And then I usually just lightly do my fringe, nothing too serious, just because I like that fade from lighter to dark as the eyebrows go on. And then I drop my pencil, per usual. I literally have the worst butterfingers. And then I go ahead and now I have two eyebrows on and I'm feeling myself. And I'm just going to take a nice fluffy brush and dust that powder off that I put on underneath my eyes. And then I just kind of take it all around my face. And then I noticed that I have a nice pimple in between my eyebrows, and we need to make sure that that's covered because it was still very red and apparent to me. So I cover that, re-powder up, and then we continue. And then I am just taking that same concealer that I've been using the entire time, and I'm going to pick up my mirror again and just bring it a little closer to me, because if I get concealer anywhere I don't want it, my eyeshadow's basically ruined. So I'm just keeping that pretty close to my lash line and keeping it close to the center. And I'm just dabbing that on, and then I'm just going to pat it in with my finger, just to give my nice pop of color a nice base to rest on. I wouldn't call this a cut crease by any means. I just like putting the concealer down just so that the gold that we're about to use really pops. This is off of a Smith & Co. palette, and it's just this very pretty, like, glittery gold eyeshadow. I really enjoy it, especially for things like this, and I think that if you work it off of a concealer base, it just really, really pops. And then taking a double-sided Anastasia brush, this actually came with my Subculture palette. I'm taking that red again and just taking it into my crease a little bit more, just because I wanted to really have that red pop out underneath that gold. And I felt like we were losing it a little. And now I am very happy with my eyeshadow colors. So I'm complete with that. I'm just taking, It's an Emergency again on the other side of that double-sided brush and just smoking out underneath my waterline just to further like intensify and complete the look. And then taking my Hoola bronzer and a nice fluffy brush, I just start packing it in all of my contours. Just kind of sculpting my face out. I put it in underneath my cheekbones. I do like the tops of my forehead where the sun would hit, on either side of my nose just to kind of thin it out a little, underneath my bottom lip to make it look full. I really like contouring. As you can see, I just keep dancing. And I feel like if you put it underneath your lip, it kind of makes a shadow so it looks bigger. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and try to mute out that double chin as much as I can. Girl, we do not like that. We do not need that in pictures. We do not need that on this beautiful holiday season. So we're gonna go ahead and sculpt that out and just put as much as necessary on, or as much as I think is necessary on, and I just blend it out as much as I can down my neck, just because I don't want any rings or any type of lines or where my makeup starts and where it ends. And now taking my You're Doing Amazing Sweetie highlighter palette, I'm taking It's Raining Pussy Willows, or It's Snowing Pussy Willows, my mistake, which is the lightest shade in the palette. I really enjoy this color. I'm putting it right in my tear duct. I think that adding a highlighter right in your tear duct really does something to a look. It like just gives it a little something extra, and it takes away any kind of darkness that could be in that area. So I just pack that in, and then I go ahead and take my Naked Illuminator, and this is in the shade Luminous. I'm pretty sure this is the lightest shade that they made in this highlighter. This is a really like glittery sparkly eyeshadow or highlighter, I'm sorry. So I just like to layer it on top of another one usually, just to like add some actual sparkle to your highlighter, not just like a shimmer. And then I'm just taking that same highlighter again and putting it on my brow bones just to highlight there. And I'm really starting to feel myself, because once the highlighter comes on, then everything is better. I really enjoy highlighter. It makes my life feel good. Now taking my Stila liquid eyeliner, it's the waterproof one. I am just starting on my wing side and just slowly building my eyeliner up. I have to get really close to the mirror for this because I'm always nervous I'm gonna mess it up. So I am just kind of dragging that across. I like to start by creating my wing and then taking it across my lid and just kind of building from there. Because as we all know, one wrong move with eyeliner, it's the same as concealer, it is over with. So I'm just taking it nice and slow, and now I have two wings, and I'm taking that same palette again and like a flat, like toothbrushy almost brush. I really like using these for highlighter because it really makes the pigment stand out. So I'm taking that same highlighter shade again and just taking that over my cheekbone just to highlight it up. And then I kind of noticed that my bronzer was a little bit dark for my liking once I was doing my highlighter, so I'm just blending that out with that same brush that I used for my powder. Now taking a Smith & Colt blush, I go over my cheeks with this like stippling kind of brush. I heard one time that pretty girls wear blush on their nose, so I put it on my nose, I put it all over my cheeks. I really like blush. My skin is kind of pink anyway, so I think it kind of plays off of nicely. And then I just blend them into my bronzer. Now I'm taking the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara, and when I do my mascara, I usually just go back and forth from my like tear duct out until all of them are standing separately and full and voluminous and all of those good things, and I just kind of go over them over and over until I'm happy with the way that my mascara looks. Now taking my Kylie lip liner, this is in the Kris Jenner line. It's called Give Me a Kiss, and I'm lining my lips, overlining them just slightly. I like the shape of my lips. I just kind of make them a little bit more dramatic by overlining a little. And then I fill them in kind of with the lip liner also before taking my Revlon lip gloss in Snow Pink. This is a really pretty like gold sparkly light pink lip gloss, so it really plays with this look well. This is actually one of my favorite lip glosses of all time, if we're gonna be honest. It's number 205 and I use it constantly. And then the look is complete. So I just ran upstairs and curled my hair and got ready for the night. But thanks so much for watching, you guys. You can go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will see you guys next time with another look. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!